should we talk about Manchester United and their hunt for a striker? Mbappé looks like he's off the cards. He's off to Al Hilal. They've been linked with Harry Kane at Spurs, but that's been cooled, I think, in recent weeks. I think they actually said potentially yesterday that interest is not really there. Victor Osimhen at Napoli apparently wants to stay.
Too expensive as well.
And too expensive. And that's what the Napoli manager as well, Rudy Garcia, has been saying. They've been linked with Højlund as well. Could he be the answer for them, or is it a bit early doors? I mean, are you surprised that hasn't been a bit more of an aim for Manchester United during the summer so far?
Well, I think the first thing that we should do is acknowledge that Manchester United have conducted themselves brilliantly in the Champions League, in the transfer market. Like, Manchester United's behaviour in the transfer market has been very impressive up until now. They've got the players in that the manager wanted. They've got them in early in time for pre-season. These are things that aren't in keeping with Manchester United of late. Signing players early, they don't do that. Signing players that the manager actually wants and has a pre-existing relationship with, they haven't really done that. So I think that they're doing very well in the transfer market. This Højlund, I don't know. I mean, I'm not suggesting I don't know and using that as a way to question the footballer. Going, I'm not sure if he's going to be right. I don't know the bloke, to be totally frank with you.
Yeah.
The research that I've done, the way that I've seen him play, I think he's great. But what they're doing ultimately is buying the potential, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're buying
this guy,
the potential. I don't think that he can be the answer. I think it's almost ridiculous to suggest that Rasmus Højlund can go into Manchester United and take on the role of Manchester United chief and primary goal scorer, filling the shoes, really, of Cristiano Ronaldo. I know there's been an incumbent in the position since then, but we'll pretend that didn't happen. I don't think he's the guy. No. Like, you know, when I heard that Manchester United were going to sign an Atalanta striker, he wasn't even the striker that I thought they were going to sign. He wasn't even the main man at that club for me. So no, I don't believe that he can be the guy. But obviously, if Erik ten Hag thinks he can, then he can. I'm just slightly surprised that there is such an obvious win for Manchester United. It's so clear as day. The Harry Kane is what I'm alluding to here.
Yeah. I
don't really understand why they aren't just signing Harry Kane.
I agree with you, Rory. It just doesn't seem to make sense to me. The only thing I would say is that Alex made a good point there that, you know, actually, if you look at the BeIN deal that was potentially on the table and the way that Levy approached that, and he was kind of demanding 130 million, even though there's 1 year left on Kane's contract. Well, Manchester United aren't just Man United, so they come with that tax anyway. They're also a Premier League rival. So one, they're going to have to get past Levy not wanting to sell to one. Two, they're probably going to have to pay way more than 130 million. And I know it's Harry Kane, and I know it could make them title contenders, but is that actually worth it? Considering the fact that as well that Man United they're still in that process, aren't they?
I don't think you have to spend the money that you just suggested. I think realistically, it's all very well for Daniel Levy to say, I need £130 million for this player. But the reality is, he cannot allow the player to leave next year for free. You probably don't really want him to play for you going into this season without signing a deal. I think the instability that the Kane question is causing at the moment, particularly for a new manager.
Imagine being Ange Postecoglou, yeah.
It's the last thing in the world you need. It's the last thing in the world you need. I often think that the not knowing is worse than the knowing, even if it doesn't go your way.
Would you be trying to force this through if you were Kane?
If I were Kane, I'd be trying to force it through. But if I were Tottenham, I would really be trying to force it through as well. If I were Tottenham, I think what Tottenham need to do is say you sign a new deal or you leave and we sell you now. And I think realistically, it's all very well to start talking about, you know, in excess of 100 million, but you're not going to get that. You're not going to get that. And the jeopardy for you is that he leaves for free. I can't see how they would turn down an actual offer. Say Manchester United actually came in and offered £90 million. Yeah. For a 29-year-old, you've had some great service. He's the best Premier League player you've ever had. Yeah. It's all profit. You know, you haven't paid a penny for him. I don't see how this isn't good news for Tottenham. The problem is they then have to replace him, which is impossible.
I think you're absolutely right, Roy, because let's say he stays for a year, right? And let's say the dream outcome happens, and I don't think this would happen, but let's say they got into the Champions League and they got that prize money. Fantastic, brilliant for them. You're arguably going to be earning more selling Kane this summer than you are, I don't know, getting into the top four next season.
Yeah.
And then going out in the group stages the season after, not making it into the top four because they haven't got Kane anymore. What's the point? You might as well take the money.
I agree. I think they have to take the money. Or, I mean, the dream scenario is you tie him to the club. You tie him to the club. But I don't think he's going to do that.
Nah.
I think that Harry Kane
He's more
probably
ambitious,
knows.
weirdly.
Well, he's a bit more ambitious. He's not as ambitious as he should be. It's one flaw in Kane's.
Or is he too loyal?
No, he's not. I don't think he's too loyal. I think the word you used just moments ago was ambition. And I think that there is an element of Harry Kane's career that is just settled because it's settled. He likes what he likes. He's comfortable. Like the most selfish, ambitious thing that he could do, and this should have happened ages ago, would be to partner with one of those robust, non-negotiating agents. You know, those agents who will guarantee one way or the other Kane gets out of that contract.
Yeah.
The most ambitious thing for him to have done would be to have worked with somebody like that and got out of this contract and gone. Do you know where he should go if he wants to do the most ambitious thing? Real Madrid. Fill Karim Benzema's void and link up with Jude Bellingham.
Well, I mean, will this Mbappé news potentially change that? Because, you know, there was some potential talk of them going in for him.
Well, this is the problem because Mbappé now, if this all goes ahead, it means that Mbappé will be going to Real Madrid in a year. So Real Madrid probably sit on it. Real Madrid suddenly don't want Kane. Like, this is getting...
Because what's the point?
What's the point?
You know you're getting Mbappé.
You're getting Mbappé in a year. The only reason you might is... Look, I think financially they probably wouldn't be able to, but there is something particularly brilliant about an Mbappé, Vinicius, Rodrigo and Kane front line.
Oh, yeah. No, that would be outrageous.
Well, it's Galactico again, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
It's Galactico. So I can see the appeal, but financially it would make no sense.